Hello, everybody. T-shirt Joe here with a little bit of a Boy God bonus content for you. Last night, I was invited, along with a bunch of other members of the Texas Horror Cult, to go see an advanced screening of Evil Dead Rise. And I know a lot of people have been excited about it. There's a ton of Evil Dead fans, and I am kind of one of them. I liked the first movie. Second movie, I liked half of it. I liked Army of Darkness, the series. What I've seen of it, I think only the first season has been good. I liked I liked the remake. I guess I've liked more of it than I've not liked. What I didn't like about the second one is that it became a comedy midway through. It was essentially a remake of the first movie, and then it just evolved into comedy. And the third movie, hey, let's focus on Ash. Let's see his antics, and let's make a Three Stooges type movie. I'm fine with that one because that was a straight up comedy, and we knew what we were getting right from the beginning. But they're horror flicks, so I'm gonna watch them anyway, regardless. I happen to have liked the remake, and I thought, well, maybe with this one, with Evil Dead Rise, they're gonna follow suit because that one, it was pretty violent. They, straight up horror. It had its flaws, plenty of them, but this, well, they didn't really follow suit with this movie. This movie, it starts with a sequence that doesn't really have much to do with the movie. It's part of a wraparound sequence that they get back to at the end of it. But the movie mainly concerns a young lady that finds out that she's pregnant, and we learned this because she's sitting on the shitter looking at a early pregnancy test that she had just pissed on, and hey, you're pregnant. So she's gonna go visit her sister who lives in a high rise. Evil Dead Rise. It takes place in a high rise, an old building that was used to be a bank, and they converted it into apartments. And they're pretty nice, man. They got hardwood floors. They're pretty big and spacious, which is a bit confusing because the sister that she's going to visit is a single mom, a tattoo artist that has two kids, two teenagers, and a younger kid that is one of those odd kids, that's making weird stuff with dolls, cutting the heads off them and making like little spikes out of them, and doing weird stuff. I guess that's weird to maybe the common populace, but if you're a horror person, then kids doing stuff like that's no big deal. um, but yeah, single mother, got a really nice, big apartment. I guess they're trying to say that it's kind of run down, but it's not. But anyway, the sister gets there, she's visiting, and said, hey, the sister's here, so let's you kids go out and get some pizza. So they do. They run out to get some pizza, and then there's an earthquake. So I'm guessing this takes place in L.A. or California, somewhere where the earthquakes are common. It's not in Texas or not in the East Coast or anything. But anyway, there's an earthquake, and it opens up a hole in the parking garage. And one of the kids says, "Hey, let's crawl through the hole and see what's in there." And he goes into the bank's vaults, and in the vaults there's like all kinds of little medallions, Catholic medallions hanging around, and he finds a, I don't know, what do you call it, a crypt, I guess, or just a big sarcophagus. There you go. Pushes that open. I don't know what kind of bank this was that they had a sarcophagus in there, but pushes that open, finds like a file, and it has pictures of priests, some old records that look like they're probably 78s or something, so they're like the bigger sized records, and then something that's wrapped up in there that's the size of a book. Oh man, we've all seen Evil Dead movies, so we know what this book is. When he does unwrap it, it is a new stylized version of the Necronomicon. It doesn't have a face, but it does have teeth along the edges. Like, say if you got a book right here and you're going to open it this way, well, there's teeth right there, so you can't open it. But he happens to cut himself, get a little paper cut, and blood drips onto the book, which has happened in a couple of other of the films. And the book opens up. He's flipping through that, puts the records on. The records are recordings from the priests saying, hey, we found this Book of the Dead and blah, blah. And it's more along the lines of what happened when they read more of it. And as they're reading it, of course, that's when you get that, usual cam shot, that hey, the demons are coming or the spirits are coming. And then from there, it's what you expect from an Evil Dead movie. If somebody gets possessed, they're attacking everybody else. They got to fight them. Somebody else gets possessed. We got to fight them too until there's maybe one person left. And yeah, it's a lot of that. It's a lot of the same stuff we've seen before, just in a different setting. We're not out in a cabin this time. And I didn't feel that it brought anything new to it. But I'm an old jaded fuck. I've seen a lot of horror movies. Most of the people that were around me seem to have been enjoying it. So I think if you're not a big horror fan and haven't, seen everything, then you might like it. I don't know. There's two kinds of Evil Dead fans, I guess. Some that, hey, if Ash isn't in it, they don't want anything to do with it. Well, there's no Ash in this, So I don't know if that's a spoiler or not. His name's on the producer credits, so you get that. You can clap when his name pops up. I think some people did in the screening. I wasn't one of them. He's too old to be playing Ash, people. He's trying to be a game show host or something right now. I think even he realizes that he can't do these roles anymore. But anyway, the movie itself, like I said, I didn't care for it, but you might, if you're, I don't know, the other kind of Evil Dead fans are the ones that are going to like it no matter what. If it's got the name Evil Dead on it, they're going to dig it. So go watch it, enjoy it, or don't. Be like me and don't like anything. And I don't know. I'll tell you one thing, at the screening, the studio did send posters, and they sent this little box here, Evil Dead Rise. I didn't open it yet, only in theaters, April 21st. What's the date today? The 19th. Already saw it. It's got this handprint on this other side. It's got nothing on the bottom, but this is unusual here. It's got this play on a Mexican poem. So this says, Sana sangra colita de rana. Si no mueres hoy, morías mañana, which means kind of heel blood, ass of a frog. If you don't die today, you're going to die tomorrow. I don't know. Let me open this up, see what we got in here. If I can figure out how to open it up. If not, then fuck it. And we just won't know what the hell. Here we go. Had to put a little muscle into it. Oh, it's got that same poem on the inside. Okay, what do we got? We've got a cheese grater. Yeah, mini cheese grater. There's a cheese grater scene in it that a lot of people like, oh, that was the greatest scene in it. That's all right. We got some Band-Aids, I guess, because there's a lot of blood, and, you cut yourself, and you might want to get a Band-Aid or something. And there's some Vicks Vapo Rub. I don't know. Do you put Vapo Rub on cuts? I don't know that this one makes any sense. And I guess there's this, confetti stuff in here that's supposed to look like blood. Well, I don't know. And there's a picture of the mom, the tattoo artist mom, that can afford a really pretty spacious apartment for her and her 3 kids. And anyway, that's it. I don't know. I wasn't impressed. You might be. Up to you. Go see it. Don't. Oh yeah, before, go to dwnproductions.net. Check out all of Tom's masks. Go to fastcustomshirts.com. Check out all my shirts. Give this a like and subscribe, and boygob.com. Spread it around to the people like a disease or like a demonic possession.